Yes, good morning, good morning. I invite you once again, take a breath, take a breath. There's so many times we get stuck in the rut of what's supposed to be, and we're changing things up just a little bit, just to have fun and bring a fresh take. So I'm doing a little something different today. I'm going to bring up Heather at some point. But before, I'd like to read something, because as a lead practitioner, I'm to read a very powerful reading that I'd love to invite you to close your eyes and listen to my words, and listen to the frequency that you hear this in. It is not enough to confess that God is the only power there is, which we do often. It is only when this consciousness of power is hooked to the dynamo of the mind that there is generated through the imagination an embodiment of that which is able to loose it in any direction it sees fit. It is not enough merely to say that there is one mind, and that mind is God. To this we must add, that mind is my mind now. That completes the thought, makes possible a loosing of the divine intelligence through your own imagination by our beloved Ernest Holmes. In the theme of simplicity, I really wanted to just bring that back to a simple thing, because I've talked to some of you in our beloved community, and I have had profound shifts in my life. Profound shifts from the time when I started the journey of becoming a practitioner. And it's truly a very simple thing. I'm connected to the power of all there is. There is a power for good in the universe, and we can use it, and in fact, we are it. And this is a game changer, everybody. I know that we come here and we hear James talk about, I am God, and a lot of us sometimes can make that jump, and some of us are still having that problem making that jump to go, I am the infinite as I am. And it's a simple thing. I know as a DJ, I'm a DJ MC professionally. And a lot of times when I'm going through, and I've got so many wires, I've got so many speakers and connections and levels and things and gains and all this stuff, and sometimes sound's not coming out. I'm going, what is this? Why am I not getting sound? Right? Robbie, you know this place, right? You go in there and you're like, I don't understand. I've been doing this so long. I'm still not getting power. Why am I not getting music? And usually it's a simple solution. Just plug it in. Oh, it wasn't turned on. Oh, the levels weren't up. Sometimes if we're having trouble in our life, we just need to turn it on, turn it up, and plug it in. But with all that said, I really wanted to share, because something that's very significant, I'd love to invite up my beloved Heather Powers. In the simplicity of what we did, we went to Peru in June 16th, during that time, around June, and we went on a sacred journey to the jungles of the Amazon and the Andes Mountains with some very sacred friends of ours. We went deep for some spiritual journey, to go deep within our soul. And one of the intentions we had was, show us a beautiful life of love and choice.
Grandmother.
We spoke to the grandmother, yes, we did speak to the grandmother, the ancient mother of Gaia. And we went deep into this biointelligence of this earth that we are connected to. Because there is more to us. We are connected to all that is, which includes this beloved planet, which includes the elements, which includes so many different things. And a life of love and choice. I looked at her, and we looked at each other, and we said, we're getting married here. 3 days before it happened. We didn't plan it. In our business, my business, I produce weddings, and people plan months, years in advance, and this wasn't planned, and we had the most beautiful, epic wedding. We'd love to share just a little bit about that, what happened on that mountain. So we hiked up 6 miles, right?
We hiked up 6 miles, we did. We had no wedding clothes.
None.
No wedding rings, but we had a vision and an intention in our heart that became very clear in one moment. And we had wedding dates that had come and gone, a few. We had one planned out in the future on 1/11 in Kauai. Mm-hmm. And in that moment, we both knew, and it was very clear, that it was going to happen. And everything that happened aligned perfectly. It was guided, and we were carried on the wings of grace to a mountain called Apulima.
Mm-hmm. And before we went to Peru, we actually called this in a graceful field, knowing that we imagined something that was filled with grace. And we were gifted a trip to Peru about $10,000 value that just came in. Just, okay, we're going to Peru. And we went up there and just followed our heart. We lived in the heart space. And we exchanged our promises. And we ended up singing a song to each other on this mountain where the eagle and the condor come together. Information, which is an ancient prophecy of when peace returns to the planet. And we had this moment where I was facing the sun was setting, Heather was facing the moon as it was just about to shine. And here's this Soli Luna marriage, the sacred marriage between these two beloveds.
Which is only a reflection of the marriage.
Which is the truth,
within,
right?
The beloved within, reflected in the face without.
And a lot of you were at James's house. We had a very special ceremony of music and message, and we thank you for those of you that were there to share in this true love story. But one of the songs, I'd love to sing it. Can we sing that song? Yeah? This was a song sung at 14,000 feet elevation on the mountains.
You guys know this song.
You know this one.
Yeah.
So sacred, so secret, so precious, this love. So sacred, so secret, so precious, this love. I will share, 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 I will share this love. This love is something we want to share and emanate, but it started here. It started with a vision. It started believing, you know what? I'm worthy of this beautiful life of love and choice, and I choose it every moment I can. And we get to choose again. And if you don't like what you're seeing, choose again. But remember, the simple thing is tune in, plug in, turn it up. Yes?
Yes.
Thank you, Bella. So before I go into treatment, I'd like to have your cards. We're going to repeat this affirmation together. I'm going to say it once, and I'd love you to say it with me 2 times. I simplify my life and embrace the lightness of being. I simplify my life and embrace the lightness of my being. I simplify my life and embrace the lightness of being. So at this time, I'm going to go into treatment, but before I go in, I'm going to bring up somebody very special to Heather and I and to the community in Kauai, the Center for Spiritual Living with Patrick and Rita. He and his wife are the music director of that beloved center in the magical land of Lemuria. Bring up Michael Fox here. Give him a big round of applause. Give him some love. I asked Michael, he gifted me a Native American flute, and we share in the love of the native indigenous tribes of Gaia, and I'd love for you to play your beloved flute. And it has whale sounds and dolphin sounds, so I invite you to close your eyes. You're going to experience something that may be different for you, but just drop into your heart. And know this truth with me. That right here, right now, the infinite presence of all that is present here and now. There's nothing to reach for. There's nothing to manipulate. There's not everything just to be. There's a power for good in the universe, within you, within me, within everyone that hears this now and forever as it ripples into the universe, into the internet. This life is simple. The power is simple as we connect our mind with the one mind. There is only one mind, and we are connected to that. We are it. It reflects to us exactly what we put into it in our divine imagination. Let your mind wander. Let your mind imagine you're good. What's it feel like? What's it sound like? What's it feel like in your body? There's no limit to your imagination. There's no limit to my imagination. I know that I can imagine a world that works for everyone. We can imagine this. I am imagining this now, knowing that there's power that we're plugged into, that we're turning up to our unlimited potential. We're turning on. And the center of our being is emanating a light that radiates to all the city and beyond. We are one with all that is. May we remember this. May it empower us to know this, remember this, and be this. And so with great gratitude, listen to your heart. Listen to the whales. Take a breath, and together we say, and so it is.
Wow. You ask yourself, what's the one thing I can do such that by doing it, everything else will be easier or unnecessary?